Illegal immigration in the United States is a huge subject, and I brought it to the fore, and everybody's thanking me for it. And I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I became #1 in the polls.
Haters gonna hate, and there is no doubt plenty of them are lining up against Donald Trump at the moment. But here's the thing. Hate and holler all you want, but the billionaire has shoved discourse down the throat of the Republican Party, forced more than one reaction, grabbed the top spot in the polls, and is running the conversation at the moment. With the first Republican debate on the horizon, it now remains to be seen if his opponents can make any headway against him, and if he can start grabbing critical sections of the electorate he cannot win without. All right, let's get started. First up, he is the Republican strategist who wants people to understand that a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for Hillary Clinton. Rick Wilson. She is the Republican strategist who wants people to understand that a vote for Donald Trump is one that will help save America and send the left packing. Also the author of Branding America, Noelle Nikpour. I thank you both for joining us. And Noelle, I'm going to start with you because right away, people are telling insiders like Jeb Bush, don't engage with Donald Trump. Don't get involved with him in the debate. Stay away and just let him go. But isn't it fair to say that all Donald Trump has to do is just stay steady at this moment, and that debate will be his?
I think that you're right. I think as long as he stays status quo and keeps his same MO, that's what people like and people are expecting in the debate. I really think people will actually be disappointed if Donald Trump all of a sudden becomes some sort of a candidate with canned talking points. I think that's what people don't want to see. I think they want to see somebody go rogue. I think that, Trump is the kind of guy, he has no one to answer to, really. He doesn't have the Republican Party, the RNC, Reince Charbits to answer to. He does not have any donors to answer to because he's a self-funded candidate. So all he has to do is be Donald Trump, and that's what they are expecting, and he will do well.
But isn't it fair to say that you can go too rogue and too bombastic? I mean, when you say go rogue, people immediately think of Sarah Palin, and she imploded at times. So he can be who he is, but he can't be too bombastic. Or, wait a minute, is that what the American people want?
I don't think, as far as comparing him to Sarah Palin, I just kind of, I think they're two separate horses there. And I think that, Donald Trump has gone rogue and said a couple of unbelievable things about John McCain, about, Mexicans, he has really said some pretty polarizing things. And look at the polls. He's still up. So apparently he can't go too rogue, or he can't go rogue enough for the people. They love it.
All right, here you go. Rick, I'll tell you what Noelle says is exactly what a lot of people are thinking right now, that basically he's Teflon at this point. But you pointed out in an article in Politico, Trump voters are Hillary's new best friend. You stand by that, don't you?
I absolutely stand by that. If you look at any national poll of likely voters in the general election, Hillary Clinton beats him like a rented mule. Hillary Clinton will destroy Donald Trump. Bernie Sanders destroys Donald Trump. This is the guy who has predicated this entire con game on tricking a small segment of the Republican electorate who are very activated by the legitimate problems we have with immigration into believing he is going to be their savior. He has managed to con them for a couple of weeks. You do see in Gallup, his overall favorability rating among Republican voters has been declining steadily in Gallup. They're going to soon discover that Donald Trump has long been a pro-abortion, pro-gun control, donor to Hillary Clinton, supporter of the Clinton Foundation, a guy whose politics are not that of a Republican or certainly not that of a conservative, and they're being scammed by a TV character who has tricked them on one key issue. It's not an illegitimate issue, it's a real issue.
Well, you use the phrase con game. I want to get in here because I want to make sure we have time, but you use the phrase con game. You got to realize you've just insulted an awful lot of people, and there's a lot of people out there saying, wait just a minute here, we're not being conned. This guy is speaking what we want to be said, and they're going to take umbrage with that.
Let me say this, even smart people get conned. Believe me, I know this from experience. Even smart people get tricked and conned. There's a lot of anger with Washington. There's a lot of anger over immigration. That's legitimate anger. I'm not dismissing it in the slightest. But I am telling you right now that Donald Trump is not the guy who beats Hillary Clinton in the fall. And if he goes third party, he will be the guy who hands her the keys to the Oval Office. This man is not going to pursue a set of policies that are going to satisfy folks in the end because he's not a conservative. He's talked about single-payer health care. He's talked about, he's a Democrat at heart.
Okay, I got about 90 seconds left, Noelle. I know that you're just chomping at the bit to get on this one here because the points he makes are fair. But now answer back.
Yeah, they're fair, but look at the polls. People don't care. They really want to see.
But is that a
someone
good thing?
Not every voter, not every American is really, knowledgeable on all the issues. We are all in the business. We are all politicos. We all kind of know the ins and outs. But, the average Joe who's getting up and going to work, they know Trump from, you're fired and you're out of here. They see Trump taking charge, and they feel that nobody's taking charge. They want someone that takes charge. Are they that familiar with a lot of the ins and outs on the Iranian nuke deal, on tax reform, on all kinds of different subjects? Maybe not, but they think that Trump can take care of business, and they're letting him kind of ease up on a lot of things that they're looking at him for, and that's called a Teflon brand.
All right, 15 seconds to you, Rick. Last word then. How long do you think Donald Trump lasts?
I don't think he lasts into the primary season in the spring next year. And I think the real problem here is people are in love with a television character that they think they know, not the actual Donald Trump.
Wait a minute, you're telling me the television characters aren't real? Rick, how dare you? Please, don't ever say that out loud on any sort of a network here. We live and die by our sitcoms, my friend. Oh, man. Rick Wilson, Noelle Nikpour, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Let's remind everybody that if you want more Trump, easy. Check out his bestseller, Time to Get Tough. And we at Newsmax have a free offer for this book. Just go to newsmax.com/Trump copy and you will get your free copy there. And after you order your book, then you can tell us exactly who you think your choice is for the GOP's 2016 nominee. Simple to do. Go to newsmaxpolls.com, let us know, and we will talk about it right here as the race moves forward. Next up, former head of the NSA and the CIA on Iran and ISIS.